Hello there. Well, we got weather. First ever CASA Day. Pretty cool, right? It feels like a family reunion to me. I don't go anywhere where I know more people than when I come to a CASA event. Do you guys feel that? It's like one familiar face after another. It's community. It's community. And so, you know, when I was an investigative reporter at WMUR, did a lot of child protection investigations and stories. And of course, if it's making the news, it's because something went very, very wrong. You know, something went wrong, a child didn't survive, and we look at what systems failed, where that failure happened, and we tried to hold the powerful to account, and we try to understand why. But it's interesting to serve in a volunteer sort of board capacity for CASA, because really so much goes right that we never get to talk about. Or Bernadette yells, Bernadette, I had no idea how strict you were. You can't talk about names, you can't talk about stories, but there were a lot of wins in CASA, and that's what makes today and this beautiful sunshiny weather uplifting. Yes, child abuse and neglect is upsetting. It's gone on since the dawn of time, and all we can do is try to provide the scaffolding as a community to get kids back on the rails and into the loving homes that they deserve. And a lot of those are reunifications. I mean, one of my favorite elements when I served on the board is that we would always bring in a CASA advocate to do a testimony about a case they had worked on, a pivotal case, a big win. And a lot of times it was about working closely with that family and that mom and watching her achieve whatever that next step was to get her toward reunifying with that child. And there were always tears flowing on those board meeting days, but so encouraging because it was just a reminder that the work we do matters and changes lives. And I guess, I don't know if you know this, but again, my work at Channel 9 had me on the phone my last couple of weeks at Channel 9 with a former child advocate. She's retired now. And she scolded me for referring to a child abuser that we've covered in the news as evil. And she said, you know, he didn't start out evil. He was a human being. He had a daughter. He loved that daughter, and something went very, very wrong. And we as a community failed that person. We as a community failed that person. And I think the CASA community comes together and is the superpower of this state. I don't know if you realize this either, but this CASA New Hampshire organization that's been ticking since 1989 is an example for the likes of Massachusetts, the likes of they're studying what we do here because we do it so well. So keep on keeping on.